Good morning. This is Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. My name is David J. Burney.
I'm Brent Apperson. Good morning.
Good to have you folks along on a beautiful summer morning. It's nice out there.
Yeah.
59 degrees right now. And no winds and a few clouds floating around. The birds are chirping.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nice.
Yes, it is.
How did things go up at Anselmo last night for the Anselmo Myrna Booster Bash?
It was awesome. What a beautiful night it turned out to be. Kind of warm when we got started, but it was just very nice. Fubar in Anselmo was the host of it, and yeah, we got to talk to the coaches of the fall sports teams for Anselmo Myrna, and we visited with some of the players, and it was a great time. So really appreciate the Booster Club asking us to come up and MC the event last night, and always enjoy visiting with coaches and players and fans. It was just a very enjoyable time. I will say this, I think that probably the biggest sports story that came out of last night was the question was asked of the football team, what music do you listen to get you pumped up and ready for a game? And they said it, Taylor Swift.
Taylor?
Yeah. Yeah, Taylor Swift apparently is what the Anselmo Myrna football team listens to get pumped up and ready to go. In fact, there was one guy standing behind me that I heard him say the song Love Story. Really, it's some ready to play.
Well, that's interesting.
Yes, it was. So based on that, you can tell we had a good time. So it was a lot of fun. Appreciate everybody coming out, and we wish Anselmo Myrna obviously the best of luck in the upcoming fall sports season. All of our area teams.
Right.
We just look forward to being out covering games again this year. We're 2 weeks away basically from starting things off. Mm-hmm. So we look forward to that, and have already been reaching out to area coaches and planning on visiting with them in the days ahead and putting together some kind of previews for the upcoming fall sports season on some of our area teams. So we'll be doing that here in the next week or so to get you ready for the kickoff and the opening serve of the fall sports season. Of course, girls golf as well and cross country. Everything will get started, and kids are practicing, getting ready to go. So we look forward to covering all of our area teams again this year.
And imagine some of the teachers will be going into their classrooms very soon, if they haven't already, to start making preparations for the actual classes that will be held, which aren't very far away either. So, yeah, it's been a great summer. It's not completely over.
Nope.
But it is winding down quickly and winding up for fall sports. Before we get too far here, I want to remind the folks again, I'm sure most folks know by now in Ansley that at 9 o'clock this morning there'll be a planned power outage over the entire community. They're doing a voltage regulator replacement at the substation at the light plant. They're hoping all the work can be completed in approximately 2.5 hours. That's provided everything goes smoothly. If there's any problems, of course, it could take longer, and you folks who have fixed things and worked on things know that, best laid plans, hopefully they'll go as expected. Residents and businesses should plan accordingly. And again, that's a 9 a.m. shutoff of the power in Ansley so they can replace that regulator in the substation at the light plant this morning. Birthdays. Amy Taylor.
Oh,
celebrating a birthday today.
Happy birthday.
She's still a spring chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Lisa Watkins Johnson celebrating a birthday today. Howard Hardy, Steve Romas, who been talked about a lot lately because Steve was a former American Legion baseball player who actually was scouted by some professional teams because of that wonderful curveball and fastball he had.
Mm-hmm.
And a happy birthday to Jan Heislip Dobish today.
Oh.
Jan is still a spring chicken as well, and celebrating birthdays. If you're celebrating a birthday today, let's see here. Ian Anderson of Jeffro Tull is 75 today.
Do you ever think that somebody could incorporate the flute into rock and roll?
he's really about the only one that's been real successful with it, I think.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing.
It's very amazing.
Yeah.
Some great sounds.
Yes.
He is 75 today. Angie Harmon is 50 today. She played Abby Carmichael on Law & Order, and then starred as Detective Jane Rizzoli on the Rizzoli and Isles series. And Suzanne Collins is 60 today. She's an author best known for writing The Hunger Games, which became a giant hit movie, or movies. And last but not least, Kylie Jenner is 25 today, model reality star. The mega-rich owner of the Kylie Cosmetics line broke out with her family as part of keeping up with the Kardashians. I think that's a sick story personally, but it's my own personal opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say you don't keep up with the Kardashians?
No. I think it's a reflection of part of our society that is somewhat ridiculous, but that's just me. I guess I spoke out there.
Okay.
Sorry. It's also National Lazy Day.
Is it? I can get into that. I can celebrate that.
Yeah, I think a lot of us could. We were going to write up an elaborate, explanation of the history of National Lazy Day, but we just didn't feel like it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and be lazy if you like. It's also Duran Duran Appreciation Day today.
Really?
Yeah.
I could get into that, too, to be honest with you. You're going to play a little Duran Duran?
We could. Hungry Like a Wolf or something like that. Celebrating the 80s band that was very popular. On this day, though, in 1985, their lead singer, Simon Le Bon, was nearly killed in a yacht racing accident. But it is National Duran Duran Appreciation Day. It's also the 90th anniversary of Legos.
Really? How 90th, you said?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. They were invented by a guy in Denmark. He was making them out of wood then, back in 1935. Made their first plastic interlocking bricks in 1949, and still very, very popular.
Have you ever seen the show Lego Masters?
Is that a animated film?
No, it's like a reality show competition.
Oh, no.
These people come in and build, they're giving like tasks or whatever, and they build things out of Legos.
Oh, no, I have not.
And I mean, whoa. The things they build out of Legos, it's just unbelievable.
Well, they're quite popular, and imagination runs wild with them, so I'm sure that is a good show. By the way, before we close our little information pieces here, it's National Shapewear Day.
Shapewear?
Like girdles and...
Oh, okay.
Despite what Instagram tells you, shapewear is not new. It's been around since ancient Greece, when women wrapped up in primitive corsets. Back in your grandma's day, they were called girdles, rubber-lined shorts and girdles. But today the stuff is made out of flexible, breathable material that also costs a fortune and has made Kim Kardashian a billionaire.
Oh, wow. See, there we go. Back to the Kardashians again.
It all leads back to that group. Want to play the game?
Sure, let's do that. I've been asking you questions about American Bandstand.
Oh, that's fun.
Bandstand. It debuted on ABC August 6, 1957. Here's your question. ABC aired American Bandstand in a certain time slot until 1963 when it got moved to Saturday. So our question is, what time slot was the show featured from 1957 to 1963 when it first started? Your choices are every Sunday evening, every weekday afternoon, every Friday morning, or every Thursday at noon. ABC aired American Bandstand in a certain time slot from 1957 to 1963. What was that time slot? Every Sunday evening, every weekday afternoon, every Friday morning, or every Thursday at noon? If you know, call us at 872-2801.
It is Runza Day.
Kylie is a Runza burger lover.
Especially if it's smothered with sauteed onions and French onion dip and topped with Swiss cheese.
Ah, sounds like you just had the French onion burger at Runza.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Are you crying?
Yeah, it's the onions. Wait, are you crying?
Yeah, because I love the French onion burger. Come get yours today, because Runza makes it all better.
Remember, today is Pigs in a Blanket Day.
It is 7:42, and we have a caller on the line. Good morning. Who are we talking to?
Hi, I'm Sherry.
Hi, Sherry. How's things in your world?
Oh, fine.
Do you have to go to work today?
Sorta.
Sort of. Well, it's National Be Lazy Day today, so if you don't
Sorta
feel
retired.
Oh, you're retired? Well, good. I don't think you sound like a lazy person, though. I imagine you have some things you're going to do today.
Oh, yeah.
You bet. Well, let's see if we can get little Runza prize coming your way. Here's Brent.
Okay, Sherry, here's your question. ABC aired American Bandstand in this time slot from 1957 to 1963. Was it every Sunday evening, every weekday afternoon, every Friday morning, or every Thursday at noon?
Every weekday afternoon.
That would be correct, yes. And because you've answered correctly, we have a certificate that's going to get you a free pig in a blanket that they serve on Wednesdays at Runza here in Broken Bow. So come on out, see us when you can to pick up your certificate.
Oh, thank you.
That.
Sherry, can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Sounds like you might have watched Bandstand back in the day. Do you remember any of the couples that were kind of stars that danced?
I don't remember names very well.
I don't either. That's why I'm asking you. I guess we're in the same boat. But it was kind of fun because, I'm old enough to kind of remember that they became kind of celebrities. The people who danced kind of became celebrities as well, didn't they?
That's true.
Yeah, yeah. Well, have yourself a great day.
Thank you.
All right, take care.
Bye.
All right, right on cue. There she is, Miss America. In our minds, Trish is here from Designs of Distinction. Trish, how you doing?
I'm good. How about
Good.
you?
Boy, you got a nice looking haircut there.
I know. Well, it's going to get shorter today. It's just like ever since I cut it, it's growing like wildfire.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, okay, yeah.
So you're going to get a trim today.
Yeah.
All right. So how's things?
Good. How about you?
We're
Things are
good. We're busy, and that's the way we like it.
What you been up to, Brent? Anything exciting? I saw you the other day out there weed whacking away.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I do run the Weed Eater, contrary to what Dave tends to let people believe.
Well,
I try to make things look fairly nice in the yard.
It looked very nice.
I'm going to lay
Thank
off.
you for saying that.
I'm going to lay off of Brent on that. I thought about it overnight, and it's his yard. If he wants to have fuzzy curbs, he should have fuzzy curbs. And the other thing is, I don't want Brent's mom mad at me.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't.
I'm thinking about Mom, and I don't want her upset at me.
And
So,
that wouldn't be good.
no, or maybe even worse, Brent's dad,
Ooh.
because he was.
You don't want to mess with my dad.
I could tell that when he was here last time. He's pretty a little sharp around the edges when you get out of line. So I'm going to behave myself
There you go. It's a good thing.
for a while anyway.
At least for a day or two.
Yeah. How's the
Don't
neighborhood
push it.
down your way? We're all neighbors here. What's going on down your way?
Well, the house, and I almost came to see you because the house across from us went on the market and it's sold already.
It has.
The one with the 2 dogs in the backyard that are your friends.
Oh, yeah, in the middle. Yeah.
In the middle, yes.
Yeah.
So it has sold. So I don't know how long said people will be in the house
Well,
with the 2 dogs.
one thing about those 2 dogs,
They're yappy.
if we're in the backyard, we have a lot of company.
I'm sure you do. If I walk up that side street, if I walk up, what is that, 11th? Yeah.
Yeah.
If I walk up 11th, it's just,
Yeah.
it's dogs.
Well,
We counted them. There's a lot of dogs right there.
in that particular area, we are dense in dogs.
I think there's 7 in 3 houses.
Oh, Lord. Now, Brent doesn't have a dog.
Oh,
I don't.
darn,
No.
Brent.
No.
You
not-
could. You could
Nah,
add to the population.
I don't know. I think I'm past the dog caring years.
Yeah.
I love them.
But I love dogs. I mean,
Yeah.
we have dogs.
Yeah.
They're just not
Yeah.
with us in town.
Joan and I are waiting till we are pretty sure the dog's going to live as long as we do. Because we don't want to go through another loss of a dog.
I know, it's hard.
That's too hard.
Even-
We just went through that recently, and it
just rips your heart out.
It did. It was tough.
It's the same thing with the kitty. I know it's people are like, oh, it's just a cat. It's like, no,
They become part of the
they're my
family.
kids.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
Speaking of dogs and cats, as long as we're on that subject,
Oh, they can play havoc with
yes,
shades and blinds.
we love them, but, right?
Yes, but
You know,
yes.
my dad always used to say a dog and cat was an upholsterer's best friend.
Yes, they were. And the minute you deliver it, it's like, and even very small children.
Yeah, those too.
Yeah, I said to a lady, put in amazing window treatments that are like zebra shades, is what they're nicknamed. And just you have bands of opaque and bands of sheer netting, so they go up and down, and where you align them gives you either your view or your privacy. And she's got a small little toddler, and I'm like, okay, just bear in mind, those little hands are going to love this fabric.
Yep, things happen.
She said, oh, it'll be okay. And
Yeah.
we rode by there yesterday on the way out of town, and shades look fine.
Good.
Hopefully, all good.
What are some of the projects you've worked on lately? So we're always curious because you have such a variety of different
I do.
houses and businesses that you put shades and blinds up for.
Well, we got 2 more rooms at the hospital that are going to go in soon, so they're being shipped. So I should see those any day. And I think I've got about 6 installations in there. When we came back from Maryland, I had 4 jobs waiting for me, and they all went in that week, and smashed my finger
Oh, you
in the
did.
process.
The old
Oh, yeah,
black
I did.
thumb.
Oh,
Ouch.
yeah, I hit that thing so perfect. I mean, it was like that hammer just aimed for that thumb.
There's not a feeling like that, is there? That you can only.
It was black and blue before I got off the 10-foot ladder I was on at the time. So it
Now,
was,
I think maybe all of us have done this.
Yes.
So my question to you is, when it happens to me, there's the initial pain right away.
right.
And then there's the pain of being angry at yourself because you know what I mean?
Well,
Is that the way you are?
It was funny because, I mean, in my job, very seldom do I use hammers. Drills, screwdrivers, hammers, not so much. But casings on windows, the way they put them in now, they're put in with nail guns. And if you think of the nail gun, that brad that it shoots doesn't have a head on it, really. So when the wood pushes in, depending on heat and contraction and everything else, that wood can kind of bow in the center of a window. You know, when you've got a 48 or a 60-inch high window on newer construction, that can bow out a little bit, and that can screw up my, measurements, because I don't want to use that as a measure, because above it and below it is much wider, or can be much wider. So Lane Chesley out of Callaway taught me a really good trick one day when I called him, and I said, okay, I measured this window. I was up at Kincaid's. Everything's fine. I get in here 2 weeks later, and now my measurements are off, trying to put in shade. And he goes, I'll be right there. And he brought one of the world's biggest hammers I've ever seen, and a 2x4. Put it up to the side, hit it one time, says, is that good? Pop that shade right in. So I learned something.
Yeah.
Hammer, 2x4, hit it. Everything's going to go where it needs to go. And I use that little trick every once in a while. And thus, hitting the hammer with full swing on my thumb. Yeah. So a lot of people were like, oh, look, all you have to do is, heat up a pin and put it in there, relieve the pressure. And I'm like, no. let's just see how it's going to do. So it
And
still tingles.
You may lose the nail when you never.
I know.
Yeah.
You don't know what's going to happen, so it's not going to look too good. I might have to get them painted for a wedding coming up.
I'm going to say you can put this polish on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
At least a woman can do that.
Yeah.
It's well, even guys are doing the polish now.
Yeah, they
I don't
are.
know.
Football
So-
players even. Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, but the bad part about this whole thing was that window was about 8 foot off the ground, and then it was another 4 foot high. So
Oh.
I was technically 14 foot up in the air.
That's too high, Trish. That gives me the quivers.
Yeah. So I did. Spence was steadying the ladder for me, so thankfully that was
Good.
there. But anyway, that was a job that was, memorable. It
Yeah,
will- it
ones you
will-
won't forget for a while.
No, I won't forget that. And the hospital's going in, and a couple 1 and 2 shade jobs that I've got waiting. I'm repairing one shade for a lady, so we're getting it done. Made a couple window treatments, and as far as fabric goes, some balances. So
How's things for product and supplies for you?
the product on the shades and blinds are good. Upholstery, I am still waiting on stuff. It's just crazy. I mean, it's to the point where you just want to drive somewhere and pick it up. But then when you call, they say, oh, we're expecting more stock. And it's like, okay, fine. So I don't know what that answer is. I don't know whether it's getting to be something that people just aren't doing as much anymore. So the supply chain isn't as critical. Not that it's critical to get your stuff upholstered, but I don't know whether that's playing into it or what the deal is. But it's frustrating, and
sure.
it's frustrating all over the United States. It's not just here in Central America. It's everywhere. So. But shades and blinds are starting to really roll off pretty good. So we had a little lag time there. It seemed like everything was taking forever, and that's starting to ease up a little bit.
Good. So if listeners out there are thinking about a project, they need to get a hold of you, come in and do that free estimate.
Yep.
And maybe all the windows or a couple windows. I mean, you're very flexible.
Yep. Measure as many as you need, and we can do one at a time, or it's pretty much the easiest way to go.
Yeah. Well, you just did one window for us in the upstairs bedroom, and I love it because it lets a lot of light in, but you can't see in.
Right.
And that's what I think most people are after is
Right.
keeping that light diffused, so it doesn't do any damage to the the floor or the paint, but yet being able to light up the room a little bit.
Right.
So
And on yours, you can pull that top down so you can watch Brent over there
And he-
mowing and doing his things.
yeah,
Please don't give him ideas.
you probably wouldn't be able to see me very well from
No,
that
he
angle.
couldn't. That angle would be kind of tough. He wouldn't know you were up there.
Well, I tell you what, if you let me know if he does that, I'm going to hire you to put in blackout curtains at my place. All right? We'll take care of that. Dave and I'll keep you busy.
All the neighborhood problems we have.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So,
And then the
good.
other day, I was out at the fairgrounds, and I took a picture of you talking to a young lady. And her back was to me, so I didn't even see who she was. But to me, that is the fair.
Amen.
That is just
Amen.
the fair.
Yes,
That
it is.
I couldn't have gotten a better picture of you, and and the little boy behind you was just in awe that you were standing there talking. I mean, it was just the greatest picture. So I wanted to,
Well, thank you.
that just makes you smile, and I know the kids just enjoy you so much being out there.
I'll tell you a true story. And the bucket calves are,
Right.
so wonderful because you have that age, that second,
Yep.
third grade age group. And then the other bucket calf event is really cool too. The small animals are fun, and
Right.
and then you get the ones who move up to their first big steer. And
Oh, my
there's
goodness.
all kinds of stories there. But those green 4-H and FFA shirts with the cattle and all the other animals. It's Americana.
It is.
Yeah,
it was just, we were just walking by because we were, my friend Bev and I were heading out to the horses. That's what she wanted to see. And it was just like, we wound up, going the long way down to the horse barn. And it was just, I just couldn't resist that picture because to me, that's the fair in a nutshell. It's the whole, it speaks volumes.
Yeah.
So.
Well, thank you. I did have one, I don't know if I told Brent this, one of the little gals, I think it was. Yeah, it was a little gal. And I said, will you talk to me? And she said, no. Sometimes they do that.
Right.
And you always respect that because you don't want to make them uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I said, are you sure? And then I found out later that she thought I was the judge. So she said, yes, I'll talk to you because she thought I was the bucket cap judge. Otherwise, she would have not talked to me. So then she had to turn around and go inside and talk to the judge after she talked to me.
Darn, I had to talk to two of them in one day.
But, no, they're great. So are you real busy? Can people get a hold of you and get something set up? How far ahead do they need to think about doing the project?
I'm doing good. Actually, we're doing nocturnal dialysis with Spence. So we're doing it at night. Mm-hmm. And my days are open.
Kind of normal again.
Yes, it is the most amazing. It's great for me. He says he doesn't sleep that much. So I'm like, well, every time I go back and check on you, you're sleeping. But that's another story. That's for the, another whole topic. But, so yeah, I'm pretty much getting back to normal days. And
Good.
Yeah, so kind of a breath of fresh air.
Yeah, because you've been through some peaks and valleys the last year or two and been able to maintain your business. And people, we want you to keep doing what you're doing. So it's important.
I want to keep doing it. So,
but I would recommend, I don't know, maybe an assistant around those ladders. That just, don't you think, Brett?
Yes.
It's not hard. Once I get it's like a couple screws and I'm done. Pop it in. So, yeah.
But if I was up on that ladder, I wouldn't want to let go of it to hold on to the wrench. Some of us are that way. You evidently are not.
Yep.
Designs of Distinction. What's your phone number?
308-870-3677. Text, voicemail.
Okay.
Whatever works.
That's
Flag
the best.
me down if you see the car or the Suburban running around.
And they can catch you at the shop once in a while, too.
It'll be more consistent. We just started the nocturnal about a week and a half ago.
Okay.
We just went through training. So, so it's all good.
All right. Thanks.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Designs of Distinction. We'll be back with more right after these words.
Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow invites you to save all August long with these prices and more. Cetaphil Gentle Cleansing Bars for body and face are $4.59. Desitin Maximum Strength Diaper Rash Paste is $6.79. NextCare No Hurt Wrap is always good to have on hand. 2-inch wide and 1-inch wide, 80-inch long packages are your choice at $3.19. Barney Health Mart, downtown Broken Bow. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Don't let falling behind on your spraying affect your yield. Now is the time to book fungicide and insecticide applications on corn and soybeans with Aero Aviation. Not only can you fight disease, but you can improve plant health at the same time, increasing yields. Easily control insects like grasshoppers, rootworms, beetles, and western bean cutworms with the help of Aero Aviation. Call Casey, Melissa, or Kim with Aero Aviation at 308-872-5113 to talk about your options.
The folks at Nebraska State Bank want to wish you and your family a healthy, safe summer filled with lots of excitement, happiness, and fun. The idea of barbecues, swimming, ball games, community parades and festivals, and of course the county fair makes us all feel happy. The employees at Nebraska State Bank look forward to seeing all their customers, whether it's at one of our 4 branches in Broken Bow, Callaway, and Myrna, or out in the community enjoying a little Nebraska fun. Here's to a safe, happy, and healthy summer. Nebraska State Bank, member FDIC.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News special report. We're just getting a new read on inflation. The government released the Consumer Price Index moments ago. Year over year, all of the items on the index were up 8.5%. Overall, prices were unchanged in July, rising 1.3% the month before. Largest contributors for this month's report, food and shelter. Prices minus food and energy rose just 0.3% in July. Bottom line, CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
This report, along with the strong July jobs report, means that the Federal Reserve is likely to keep raising rates at the last 3 meetings of the year. The next meeting is in September. Economists believe that we will see at least a 0.5 point increase and maybe another 0.75 percentage point jump.
Again, consumer prices up 8.5% in July from a year ago. CBS News special report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
Here's a look at Nebraska news. The ongoing referee shortage is bleeding into this upcoming school year, causing a strain on high schools around Nebraska. The NSAA calls it a tipping point for officials and those interested in the job. This shortage means a lot of rural schools are having to pay more or move their schedules around just to get a crew to officiate their games. They say the shortage needs to be turned around before it results in games being canceled. As an example, the Tri-County Schools' first football game of the season is also their first home game. That has been moved up to Thursday, August 25th because of a lack of referees to cover all the Friday night games that week in their conference. For Bruning Davenport Shickley schools, they've increased their pay split between crew referees each game from $500 to $650. Malcolm Public Schools say they haven't run into many problems so far, but administrators know there's a generation of referees ready to retire. That's Nebraska News.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
News from the NFL. We're at a league meeting to approve the sale of the Denver Broncos. Commissioner Roger Goodell was asked about the Deshaun Watson case. The league is pursuing a minimum 1-year suspension for the Cleveland Browns quarterback, according to the commissioner, for violating the league's personal conduct policy because the evidence showed Watson's actions with the massage therapist were, quote, egregious and that there was, quote, predatory behavior, end quote. According to the commissioner. In baseball, the Mariners get by the Yankees 1-0 in 13 innings. Seattle wins it on a Luis Torrens bases-loaded pinch hit walk-off single. Battle of division leaders in L.A. where the Dodgers beat the Twins 10-3. L.A.'s won 9 in a row. They're a Major League best 76-33 on the season. Guardians beat the Tigers 5-2. Cleveland moves into a tie with Minnesota for first in the AL Central. Brewers over the Rays 5-3. Milwaukee is a game back of St. Louis for first in the NL Central as the Cardinals were roughed up by the Rockies 16-5. Mets won their 5th straight, beating the Reds 6-2. Padres walk off with a 7-3 win over the Giants.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for a good deal of sunshine with highs working up into the middle 90s. Lower winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance for an isolated shower or storm in the evening with lows dropping back into the mid-60s. Breezy south winds at 10 to 15. Thursday, trending even hotter with highs in the upper 90s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Do you owe the IRS $8,000 or more? Are you a few years behind on your filing? Are you going through an audit and have no idea what to do? You need an ally, fast. Ally's Tax Relief Negotiators can protect you from all IRS collections. But have you called them today? Their team of enrolled agents, tax attorneys, and CPAs are your allies to fix all your tax problems. Take the first step to getting the IRS off your back. Call Ally's Tax Relief today for a free consultation. 800-957-0325. Ally's Tax Relief. 800-957-0325.
It's been a while since I gave myself a real chance to meet someone new.
Susan and John are two kindred spirits who rediscovered the romance they deserve on Silver Singles, the secure dating site for singles over 50.
John is a massive foodie like me. It's been amazing to experience some of my favorite things again with someone who makes my heart beat faster. I'm so glad I got back out there.
Sign up today at silversingles.com/love. That's silversingles.com/love.
I don't think I'd ever want to date again.
Oh.
I mean, you know, I've talked about that with my mom. You know.
Oh.
If you're unfortunate enough to separate from your spouse or you lose a spouse, I just don't know if I could date again.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to, like, make sure you've showered and you're clean.
Yeah.
You know, not have your smeared glasses and look your best. I just don't think it'd be worth it. Barney Health Mart is looking for a sales clerk to work their counter, offering great customer service to their customers. This is a Monday through Friday position, and also every fourth Saturday, Barney Health Mart offers paid health insurance along with paid major holidays. Other benefits include paid vacation after 1 year of employment and a simple IRA. To apply for this position, please stop in Barney Health Mart in Broken Bow and ask for an application. I'll be going down in just a little bit to visit with the folks at Barney's. I don't believe I'll be looking into employment there, but we'll find out about all the things they have on the shelves there for you for summertime and fall activities.
All right. Here's another job opportunity for you. This is through Central Nebraska Community Action Partnership. They're looking for an individual to work as an infant toddler cook in Broken Bow. Great benefits with the job, good starting wage. Qualifications include you must have a high school diploma or equivalent. Would prefer somebody with previous experience working with infants up to 3 years old and their families. Some of the duties include purchasing food and preparing meals, complying with USDA requirements, and be responsible for cleaning classroom and doing dishes, laundry, etc. If you need an application, contact CNCAP at 308-745-0780. The extension is 0. Or you can go to their website and apply right there. The website is centralnebraskacap.com.
The Sargent School District is seeking applicants for a para-educator, which is a teacher aide position for the 2022-2023 school year. Assignment will be based on school and student needs as well as the qualifications of a successful candidate. Additional duties are available but not required. Applications should be submitted at the school office. Questions should be directed to Mr. Grint at the Sargent Schools, and they have lots of different options for duties depending on your experience and so forth. So talk to Mr. Grint about it at the Sargent Schools.
Let's stay with more job opportunities. The Broken Bow location of Custer Federal State Bank has an opening for a full-time customer service specialist. Some of the duties would include answering the phone, greeting customers, and processing banking transactions. Applicant must be able to maintain complete confidentiality, of course, and work in a team atmosphere. Prior cash handling experience would be preferred, but it's not necessary. This is a full-time position with competitive pay and good benefits, including insurance, 401k, and paid vacation and sick time. For more information or to submit an application, contact Brad Shin at the bank, 872-6486. You can also email him, and the email address is brad@custerfederal.com. Custer Federal State Bank, member FDIC. They are an equal opportunity employer.
And one more note here. It's important, of course, to insure your home, your family, and your possessions, but it's also important to insure your business. If you're a business person, ask Universal Insurance in Broken Bow about getting the right coverage for your particular business. They have a wide knowledge base and catalog of information to help you and your business, from HR to OSHA availability to other features that will play a key role in your business success. On the insurance side, talk to Universal Insurance in Broken Bow. Call them today at 872-6438 or stop by and talk to them at 940 South E Street in Broken Bow. Tanya is here from the Fox Theater, and I think what I'll do is I'll take a commercial break, and then I'll let you two 80s kids
Here we go.
visit while I head to Barney Health Mart. Would that work?
I guess.
Do we have a choice?
I don't think we've been given a choice, have we, Tanya?
It's not that I don't want to talk to you, Tanya, because it's always enjoyable.
Oh.
You're a
Next month,
lovely
maybe.
young person and an 80s chick. Unbelievable.
You're a lovely non-80s guy. I'll catch up with you next month.
Okay, all right. And I'll take a break, Brett, and then we can swap chairs, and I'll get down and get set up for Barney Health Mart remote.
That'll be fine.
All right, let's do that right here on The Breakfast Show.
There's a difference between treating the pain and treating the problem. At Pearson Physical Therapy, we strive to not only reduce your pain, but actually treat the underlying cause so that you remain pain-free, even after you finish physical therapy. If you're frustrated by pain that keeps coming back, Pearson Physical Therapy can give you the tools that will keep you moving pain-free. Call Pearson's in Broken Bow at 308-872-5800 or check us out on the web at pearsonpt.com. Get the treatment you need and the care you deserve at Pearson Physical Therapy.
When is the last time you compared your home and auto insurance rate? Hi, this is Tina with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. As your new agent in the Broken Bow office, I look forward to working with you and helping to protect your most important assets with comprehensive and affordable coverage. Stop in at our office at 914 South D here in Broken Bow, or give me a call at 308-872-6996. Whether you need home, auto, farm, or commercial, I'm excited to be a part of your insurance team with Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency.
At Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow, improving the quality of life of our residents is priority number one. We offer a unique assisted living lifestyle home for those suffering from Alzheimer's and dementia. When you add that to a safe and nurturing home-like environment, as well as staff that are specially trained in dementia care, providing 24 hours of loving support, you have a family-like atmosphere that makes residents feel right at home. Contact Quality Senior Villages in Broken Bow at 872-6387 for more information or stop in for a tour.
All right, welcome back to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent and Tanya here with you on the Breakfast Show. Good morning. How you been?
I'm doing well. I've been on vacation, so
have
everything
you
was
now?
great.
Well, great. Well, it's nice to have you back, and I
Thank
hope
you.
that it was a good vacation for you
It was a
and
great,
the family.
cool, as in weather, vacation. Northern Michigan is beautiful this time of year.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
And I guess my first question is, as we've went through the summer, you've done kind of your summer film series, I think, for the kids and the family. Has that concluded now? Do you still have one or two left, or is that kind of done for the year?
It concluded last Wednesday.
Okay, all right, so it's done.
Yes, we had 10 weeks of summer kids movies every Wednesday. It was very well attended.
I'm sure.
Thank you, Markham Construction and the guys over there, Adam, for generously sponsoring that, all 10 weeks for this summer. I can't believe it's over.
Yeah.
It seemed like I was just planning it.
Yes.
Now summer's over and school's about to start. But every week, we had a full theater, and Precious Angels Daycare and Super Kids Club came every single week.
Oh, that's great.
It was great to see them and appreciate their support. And we'll be doing it again next year, and expect one around Christmas, too. Last year we did one, I think it was every Saturday at like 2 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a Christmassy type movie from Thanksgiving to Christmas. So we'll be looking for a sponsor for that. And I'll be selecting the movies here pretty soon.
Yeah.
Because it'll be here before we know it.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah.
Summer is always a big time for the movies.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been, did you feel like this summer we got back to the big summers at the movie theater after all we've went through the last 2-3 years?
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of felt like we were back to normal as far as the big blockbusters coming to the movie theater, didn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Doctor Strange really kicked it off. That was a big one in May. And then Top Gun carried us the rest of the summer. It's our number one movie. I think it'll hold that spot for many years to come, as well as just having it for 7 weeks. I'd never kept a movie that long. So, yeah, that one. And we had a lot of kids' movies. We had Minions, which was great. The breakout surprise was Where the Crawdads Sing.
Yeah.
I knew we had a lot of book readers in this town, but I wasn't as familiar with this one. I thought, I was like, oh, this looks like a good movie. Well, it took off, and we had that for a few weeks. It's still playing in Cozad this weekend.
Okay.
If you have not seen it and would like to, check out our location down there, but it's not in Broken Bow anymore.
Yeah. I was looking at your lineup. First off, I talked to my grandkids the other day. They've been to see DC League of Super Pets, and I do believe they have given it a thumbs up.
Awesome.
So that's one of the movies is currently showing, right?
Correct. Okay. It will be leaving us, though, on Thursday. So Thursday will be the last. We've got another one to come in right behind it. It's called Paws of Fury, The Legend of Hank. Hank's a lovable little dog who has dreams of being a samurai. So the voices of Samuel L. Jackson, Gabriel Iglesias. So full lineup of star voices for that one. And then, actually, no, I'm sorry. DC League of Super Pets will stick around.
Oh, it's
We're
gonna
losing
stay.
the other two.
Okay.
So the two thrillers, so The Black Phone and Nope, will be leaving us Thursday. So if you have not seen the League of Super Pets, it will be here for another week.
All right.
I still have vacation brain, I guess.
I
so
understand.
so our two new ones are Paws of Fury and Brad Pitt's new action-adventure movie called Bullet Train.
Oh, yeah, I've seen a preview or two of this. It
Yeah.
looks wild.
Interesting. Very wild. Very wild. Sandra Bullock is also in it. Yeah, I guess you have some competing assassins with different missions, and they're all on the same train. So, interesting premise for that one.
All right, so that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
The DC League of Super Pets will continue. Paws
Yes.
of Fury coming in.
Yes.
I would guess that in this area especially, the animated kids' movies do real well.
They do
they?
well.
Yeah.
I think, families like to be able to go to the movies all together.
Yeah.
And maybe just get a break and just sit in the nice, cool theater, eat some popcorn, have some candy for a couple hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, Shannon always puts together a couple of sheets that I think she gets from you about, things coming up at the Fox Theater. And she has taped on the front page here, day by day,
Yes.
The Rise, August 20th and 21st, tickets on sale now.
I'm glad she put that on there.
Okay, so
Yes.
tell me more, because I don't know if I'm familiar with
So, Day
this.
by Day, The Rise is a documentary about the Nebraska Cornhuskers in the 90s.
Oh, my goodness. Okay.
So
when can I get my tickets?
right now.
Okay.
So you can stop in the theater any evening. Tickets are $9. And yes, it will show at 2 o'clock. All theaters. It's got the whole theater to itself on the 20th and the 21st.
Okay.
So it looks really great. Tom Osborne, it follows all of that and just the successes and everything that the Huskers dominated the 90s.
Yes, they did.
It was a fun time to be a fan, that's for sure.
Yes, and now it's fun to go back and relive those moments because it's those moments that get some of us through the current moments.
Right? We know what they're capable of.
Yes. Well, that's great. I did not.
Yeah, check out the trailer. WatchTheFox.com, or if you follow us on Facebook, it's also on our Facebook page. The link is also on our website to buy tickets. Yeah, so the 20th and the 21st. Check it out. I think it'll be exciting. I'm happy to be bringing it.
Yeah. Can I ask do you know who produced this? Is this a...
It's a small produced,
okay.
I think it's called Bleeding Red
Okay.
Productions. So just a small company who put this together, and they're obviously big Husker fans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm so excited.
Yeah, check it
Okay.
out. I'm so
Well,
glad she put that. I did have it written down to bring up, but thanks a lot, Shannon.
And you said that on the 20th and 21st, it'll show in the afternoon.
2 o'clock.
Is that right? 2 o'clock.
2 o'clock on both
those
days. We've got all theaters available, so we shouldn't sell out. I would love to sell out all seats, but
Yeah.
We should have a seat for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I assume wear your red.
You're red.
We can wear our Husker colors.
Yeah.
Well, it's
And their first game is that next Saturday in
it's the
Ireland.
27th. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah.
good time to be showing
Good
it.
time to get everybody excited.
All right, that's great. I'm
Yeah.
excited for that, and to see it to relive some of those moments on the big screen.
Oh yeah. Gives me goosebumps.
I
right
know.
now.
I'm
Come
getting
on.
excited. That was a heck of a run, and there were some storylines during. I don't know if this documentary will touch on that, but there were some storylines during that run that Well, the Lawrence Phillips situation is what I'm thinking of. I don't know if that'll be addressed or
I don't
not,
know.
But
I don't know. They might if they want to, be full authentic.
Yeah.
Then it wasn't all peaches and cream.
No, it wasn't. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's what I was trying to say.
I
You're
think
right.
every football program has their trials.
Oh boy.
And
yes.
They work really hard to help those people.
Yeah.
But check it out. Watch the trailer. It looks really good. It is a documentary, so it's not a film.
Right.
Just so everybody is. But if you love the Huskers, I think you'll enjoy it. And then we've got some great movies coming up next Friday. We will have a movie called Beast. Idris Elba is a dad who's on a safari.
Oh, I've
It's
seen
been
the previews
promoted
for
as
this.
kind of like Jaws, but on land. It's him versus lion, which should be interesting. And then a film called Mac and Rita, Diane Keaton. It's about a young 30s, in her 30s girl who she feels like she's a 70-year-old trapped in a 30-year-old body. Well, she ends up being switched and wakes up as a 70-year-old woman. So it looks really cute, kind of a Freaky Friday kind of thing. So yeah, we've got some things to look forward to. I know this fall a lot of people are excited about Avatar 2, which comes out in December. So, and in September they are re-releasing the original Avatar. So we might have that, which would be kind of cool to see on the big screen again. It's been a long time since that came out. So yeah, exciting times at the movie theater. It's been a great summer. I want to thank everyone for coming back to the movies. If it was Top Gun that got you there or one of the other ones, we really appreciate it. It's good to feel back to normal.
Well, we thank you for, and everybody involved in having the Fox Theater here. It's so wonderful to have a theater here in town that brings in the hit movies when they release. And I have a feeling your attendance has shown how much we appreciate that. So.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
Anything else? I know you still do the free popcorn on Tuesdays with Nebraska State Bank.
Every Tuesday.
If people are wanting to, I guess, get a group together or have a birthday party or something, you're open for that too, right?
Yeah, birthday parties. On our website, watchthefox.com, there's a link for theater rental. Very simple. You fill it out. Email comes right to me, and I'll be in contact with you as quickly as possible. We also sell bulk popcorn, so if you maybe you're having a party at home.
Oh, nice.
Or anything, really. Maybe an employee party. We do sell It's $30, but it's 13 gallons of popcorn, so it can feed quite a few people.
Wow, I would say. All right.
Or stop in any evening for popcorn, even if you're not watching a movie there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife have done that more than once. I just pop in and just grab a large popcorn.
Yep.
So,
concessions are open till about 8:30 every single night.
All right.
So.
Sounds good. Before we let you go, things in Cozad and Central City
going well.
Going good.
Yeah, they have both of those theaters have great community support. We can't be more grateful for how those communities have welcomed us. So,
all right, fantastic. Thanks for coming in, and we'll see you at the movies.
Thanks, Brent.
All right, Tanya with the Fox Theater, our guest on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Ansley Lumber and Supply has the products you need for your siding projects. With LP SmartSide products, you can be sure that your home will be safe and strong for years. LP SmartSide products feature engineered wood strand technology that offers superior protection against hail, wind, moisture, fungal decay, and termites. Simply put, it's one of the most durable siding solutions on the market. For your siding projects, go to Main Street in Ansley to Ansley Lumber and Supply.
For those 62 years of age and for those that are handicapped or disabled regardless of their age, the Grand Generation Manor in Callaway has affordable housing available. An equal housing opportunity provider and employer. They're located at 200 South Grand Avenue in Callaway. The Grand Generation Manor.
The Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It's the best start to my day.
guests in the studio that we're going to be visiting with as we have Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency with us. Tina Hurt is here. Chip Bullock is here. Hello to both of you.
Good morning.
Thanks for joining us.
Good to be here.
We were kind of talking off the air before we got started. It has kind of been a busy summer and season for you, Chip. There have been some certain weather events in the past, 2, 3, 4 months, whatever it has been, that I'm sure has kept you guys busy.
We've been very busy, Brent. The one hit Callaway was June the 5th, and that was a Sunday evening. And it, like we talked about, I think every structure in town got clobbered, windows broken out, siding stripped off, roof gone. So, it's been busy. It's been busy.
Yeah.
I guess I don't know how to say it.
And for you guys, and I think this is maybe a good place to start, and that's to remind everybody, we visit with you, and of course, our mind kind of centers on Custer County, so to speak, but you guys, have other locations, and you cover a pretty broad area across Nebraska.
Yeah, we really do. Being in Callaway and Broken-Bow and Albion, Lincoln, we are pretty well all across the state, have insureds in other towns, of course. But, and you think being spread out, you might have one area that's going to get hit pretty hard, but that wasn't the case. We've all been hit pretty hard this year with claims, not only structures, but pivots, crop insurance. We've had crops that have been damaged with hail and wind, and it's been quite a crazy year.
Yeah. In regards to the ag stuff, pivots, crop insurance, I'm already thinking about next year. How does that work with insurance for that? I mean, are we in a point where you start thinking about being covered for next year now, or how does that work, Chip, as far as keeping up to date on your coverage on the ag side of things especially?
Well, we usually try on the ag side. When the policies are coming up for renewal, we sit down with the customer and go over what his current coverage is as far as the pivots and the farm equipment and that type of thing. So that is just kind of a process. It's not, it could be any time of the year. It just depends on renewal. Okay. Crop insurance is a little bit different. It's usually from first of the year till March 15th is kind of the sign-up time for crop insurance. There are, you can talk any time of the year to the crop agent, and if you're not satisfied with where you are, you can always move. But you can't change on the crop insurance until, especially the multi-peril, until, the first part of the year.
Yeah.
So, but we try really hard to review with our ag clients what their current policies are, what their coverages are. It's kind of interesting that when we've written some new policies and gone over the equipment list, I had one fellow that said, "Am I insuring this combine?" And I said, "Yeah." And he says, "I haven't had that combine for 2 combines ago."
Well, there's the importance of having a review, right?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, you need to go through that stuff and make sure we stay current. And so when we try to be available all the time, we hand out our cell phones, and, if somebody is picking up a new piece of equipment, just, give me a text and we'll get it added to the policy.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Well, let's get Tina into the conversation here. I know that it's always great to bring new people aboard, and Tina's come aboard to join you here in the Broken Bow office, right?
Yep. She's our new agent here. We're really tickled to have her. She just got her license
a couple weeks
ago. Really stressed out about the test, but she passed, and but she's been very good with clients and good to work with, and picks up things really quickly.
Yeah.
So.
Well, great. Well, Tina, welcome to the show. Welcome to Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency. How has this transition been for you? I'm sure, insurance is one of those things that, I think we said before we came on the air, we were visiting, I don't think you can ever learn it all. Chip, you've been in this business for years, and you're still learning, right?
Every day.
Yeah. So how has the transition been for you?
It's been good. I guess one of the biggest things that I got to bring with me was my customer service skills. So I think that helps a ton. just being able to talk with people on the phone and, you know, have that one-to-one conversation with them. Mm-hmm. But the transition is good. There's a lot to learn.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think I'm doing good, but.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're doing fantastic. And, you know, Chip, I'm sure she's right. The relationship that you have with your customers, that's really where it all starts, right? Mm-hmm. I mean.
Yeah, it's a matter of know, like, and trust, I think, especially with insurance. You know, you have to have somebody that you know is going to take care of you, like the claims we talked about. It's a tough time to go through. And that's one thing I have noticed with Tina is that she's comfortable around people that she doesn't know. She will introduce herself, and if she doesn't know, she'll ask.
Yeah.
And that's very valuable. So, yeah, she's done an awesome job.
Yeah. What maybe refresh everybody who's listening to us the different insurance products that Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency deals with. I know that when Liana is here, she talks a lot about the healthcare side of things, which you guys deal in. We've already talked agriculture and but home, auto. I mean, what all does Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency cover?
I'm getting the finger, so I
Oh,
speak.
there you go. I guess you're going to answer, Tina.
He'll fill in if I miss something.
All right.
So we do the home, the auto, commercial, farm, ag, crop, life and health. Is that the...
That's pretty much it. Pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it is going to be coming up on open enrollment for life and health, so...
Yeah, we did want to make sure we threw that plug in.
Okay.
Open enrollment starts in October, of course, but start thinking that direction on the health insurance side of things. Liana just does an awesome job on that end. You know, she really knows what she's doing. She's in the middle right now of every year she has to renew with the companies. Trying to think of the word that she calls it, but she has to go through and refresh with every company every year. So she's in the middle of that now. So there's a lot involved. Continuing education for all of us is a big part of it.
Yeah.
And open enrollment gets busy, so you might want to get in for your appointment early so that you're not waiting till the last minute.
Well, that's a good point. And, you know, you say October, and when you first said that, I'm like, oh, October. Then I'm like, wait a minute. October is like going to be here before we know it.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the insurance review, guys, because I think that is something that is very easy for us as customers who deal with you to just simply overlook and think, well, I have insurance, so I'm good. But it really is important, right, to have a review and stay up to date to make sure that you're being covered in the proper way. And I know that the situation will determine this a lot, but do you guys kind of emphasize maybe a yearly review? Is that kind of what you go by, or what? How often should a person review their coverage?
Yearly is good, especially if it's an ag or commercial type policy, because there's a lot more involved than what we have. I mean, we have our home and our autos typically. I don't think it's a bad thing to review even on that, because especially on the home side, you know, building materials have gone up so much that, you know, it's a good thing to look at that home value and say, is this current? You know, if my home was totally destroyed, is this going to rebuild my home the way I want it? So I think, it doesn't hurt, you know, even maybe for the home and auto, just even a quick phone call, you know, just talk on the phone and say, hey, has anything changed? I see on the renewal, you know, they've increased the value. Are you okay with that? Have you traded autos and forgot to tell us? Or, you know, loans paid off on autos, those kinds of things. So, I think an annual review is a good thing. And I'm as guilty as anybody. I remember getting my insurance bill in the mail, and you write your check and send it back in, and you're done. You know, you don't really pay attention.
Or if it comes out automatically now, sometimes you don't even think about it, do you?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And again, every situation is different. And Tina, I think that's probably where we come back to customer service skills. Just getting to know your client is maybe the biggest part of it, right?
Yeah. And I worked with Tim for a few weeks before I passed my test. So I was able to work with him, and a lot of his customers came in. I guess maybe, I don't know how many, I guess there are, but he had quite a few people come in, and I got to meet him. And so I think that, that helps for them to get to know me. But I'm definitely available.
Yeah.
So.
Chip, get us caught up to date with where you have locations in. I mean, obviously, we know the Broken Bow office. Just look for the big red awning.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And downtown, the Callaway office. Where else are you located?
We are currently located in Albion.
Okay.
We've got an office up there. It's up by the sale barn, up in that part of town. Amy is our agent up there. We just have another agent that's actually just starting. She's going to be in Callaway today, Erica. She'll be in the Albion office as well. We've got the office in Lincoln. They are working on an agency in Beatrice. And then they've got a couple others that they are looking at out in the western part of the state.
Mm-hmm.
So we're growing. I know they've got several agencies they talk to. We focus mainly on the insurance side locally, so
sure.
Don't get involved too much with that side of things. But our company is growing very quickly. It's a shareholders company, and we've got quite a few shareholders across the state. So it's been a great opportunity.
Yeah, I'm sure. Let's go back to, we were talking about the busyness of the season for you guys with some of the weather events that have occurred and everything. Are you kind of caught up through that now, Chip? Or
for the most part, the big push is to make sure that the adjusters get to the insured, and we find out what damage is done, and then make sure that they get connected with a contractor. Insurance is kind of a funny thing, because when it comes to the agents, basically we're facilitators. We're doing a contract between the insurance company and the insured. And you really see that in claims, because the insurance company communicates directly with the insured, and so we don't get too much direct information. But we do try to stay in contact with our clients and say, hey, have you heard from the adjuster? Are things progressing like they should be? The other thing is, this year it's being spread out like we have, and we, as an independent agent, have several companies that we work with. So it's been interesting to see the process and see which companies have stepped up. And, we've had storms everywhere. We've got North Star as one of our companies. They sent us an email and said they'd had over 24,000 claims.
Wow.
And just in the last month or so.
Yeah.
So, it's a huge process for us, but it's even bigger for them.
Yeah.
But just how they've stepped up, they've gotten outside adjusters to come in and help facilitate things quickly and get things done. So to answer your question, yes, it is slowing down. We still have a lot of repairs that need to be repaired. But otherwise, it's on our end. It's finally starting to slow down just a bit. So.
And listen, I know this unfortunately can happen, but I'm guessing it's important for the person, say their house is damaged through a weather event or whatever, work with reputable companies, whether it when it comes to fixing your roof or whatever. And I'm sure that's where it would be important to get you guys involved, because you know who you've dealt with in the past, and you can probably help them maybe choose a reputable company when maybe someone is not so reputable. Am I correct on that? I mean, I'm guessing that would be important.
Yeah, we try not to direct people to one company versus another.
Yeah.
But we do obviously promote the local businesses. We've got some local guys over in Callaway that you see their signs all over town, which is a great thing. We want to support the local guys. And we've had experiences. Yeah, there's some that, we may discourage our clients from going that way just because we've seen some bad things happen, not a good job done. So, but yeah, it's kind of one of those things you don't want to promote one over the other.
Sure, yeah,
but
I get that.
Yeah,
but I
just
know,
help the insureds.
I know sometimes I've heard some people say that when their community gets hit by a weather event, all of a sudden all of these roofing companies just show up in town the next morning, and when they come from out of state or whatever, you just don't know sometimes. So
there's kind of a humorous story on that. I was standing out in the front yard of one of our insureds Monday morning, and her dad was out there helping clean up the yard, and we were visiting a little bit. And one roofing pickup pulled up, another one pulled up. The one guy gets his ladder out, he's looking things over. Then the third one pulls up in front of her house because we're out, we're outside. And they're saying, "Oh, good,
Yes.
somebody to stop and talk to."
Yeah.
So we got a pretty good chuckle out of
I'm
that.
sure,
The whole town of Callaway was just swarming with roofing people.
Yeah.
So it was pretty humorous.
Do research. I mean, research them.
Yeah.
You know.
Good point.
Look into them before you just go with one person.
Yeah. Okay. How's the best way to get in touch with you? Tina, how's the best way to get in touch with you if someone wants to visit?
Well, they can call the office at 872-6996 and talk to me. I'm there 9 to 5, Monday through Friday.
All right. Sounds good. And Chip, you, I think, mentioned earlier in our conversation, if you have a question on anything, I'm guessing, anytime during the week, I'm guessing you both are willing to take text messages or whatever if there's a question that arises.
Yeah, I've been pretty easy about handing out my cell phone number. I get a lot of calls in the evenings and weekends, and service is what we've tried to promote as an insurance agency, and it's not just 9 to 5 when most people are working. A lot of times husband and wife will be home in the evenings and talking about things on a quote or questions, and it's like, give me a call. It's fine. I don't care. And I do get a lot of calls in the evenings and weekends, and so, but it's just that one more step that I think we can do to be available for our insureds and just provide that extra service.
Yeah.
So,
well, great having you both in to visit. Tina, welcome to the Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency family. Anything else that either one of you would like to mention before we kind of wrap it up?
I guess just real quickly, I would just like to throw in that, a lot of Tim's clients we still have, of course, and stop in and meet Tina. She's going to do a great job. The service is still going to be there. That's always been there. So we just want people to know that we're here, whatever we need to do. So,
and the open enrollment period is coming up, right? Going to start in October. So, Tina, I think you mentioned it. Don't be afraid to set up an appointment now to get prepared for that, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, guys, thank you very much for coming in. We appreciate it, and we'll talk to you down the road.
Sounds great. Thanks, Brent.
Nebraska Owners Insurance Agency, our guests on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show.
It is no secret that cybersecurity and keeping your personal information safe and secure is very important. Scammers never stop and will do whatever they can to get your information. Some examples of what to be looking out for are spoofed phone calls, suspicious emails or texts, computer pop-ups, requests for urgent wire transfers or gift card purchases. If you are suspicious of fraud or a scam, always call your bank about the situation. Bruning Bank wants you to stay safe and be diligent about keeping your information secure. Our staff is trained to deal with any type of situation and is happy to help or answer any questions you may have. Bruning Bank. Build, grow, thrive. Member FDIC.
Are you having trouble with your legs, shin splints, ankle, or leg pain? Call Team Physical Therapy 872-5111. We can do a walking or running analysis and also fit you with custom or over-the-counter orthotics. Call 872-5111. Let Team Physical Therapy help get you back into shape with our customized exercise plan for you. We are Team Physical Therapy. Team-driven, superior results. 872-5111.
8:48 the time. Good to have you with us on this Wednesday morning. All right, Dave is at Varney Health Mart in downtown Broken Bow. We're going to find out what's happening there as we say good morning to Dave.
Thank you, Brent. Yes, as promised, we're at Varney Health Mart, pharmacy, gift shop, toys, and more. How you doing, Julie?
I'm doing well this morning, Dave.
It's good to have you along on the airwaves today. Nice summer morning.
It is a nice summer morning. It's heating up kind of quickly, but it's still beautiful.
It's summertime.
It's summer.
I think it was 70-something when I walked in the door on my car's temperature gauge, and that came up from 59 already. So, yeah, it's going to warm up, and this week's going to be warm. So come into the cool confines of the Health Mart and do some shopping, right?
Yes, that's right. We do have a few new things in the store that you can look at, and I have more items in the back that I need to get priced and brought out. So we do have new items.
Good.
Coming in.
We're standing at the counter here, and you've kind of laid out some cards, I think.
Yes, we did get some box cards in. We're always being asked for those, and I have found a distributor. So we have a nice selection. There's 12 cards and envelopes per box. They run from $7 up to $8. We have sympathy, ministry appreciation, some blank cards, Secret Sister. I thought would be kind of fun. Then I brought in a couple boxes that have Thomas Kincaid art, and one's a sympathy and one is all occasion.
Okay.
So we have a good variety.
And then, of course, you have the card rack, or racks, I should say, for all occasions.
Yes, and Debbie the cards seem to be picking up to where they're coming in better than they were before the situation.
Before.
It was
Yeah.
tough, yes.
Okay.
And so anyway, so if you need individual cards, we have plenty of greeting cards for all occasions.
All right, let's talk a little bit about back to school. I know that we're saying that earlier every year, it seems like.
We
but
really
I
are.
know that, a little card, maybe wishing a student good luck, something like
Yes.
that. Good luck this year, that sort of thing.
Yes, and we do have some nice ones that state that, and we do have 99-cent cards as well
perfect.
as you go
Okay.
clear up.
All right. What else did we want to highlight today?
Well, people have been coming in and looking at our garden flags. We did get a new order in, so we have a nice variety of our garden flags.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
And we have a cute one that has different dogs on it with different hats on and binoculars, and it says welcome. It's just fun. We have a welcome one with the farm scene with the big red barn and the horse and the foal. And they're displayed in 2 different places, so make sure if you don't see something you like, ask, and we'll show you around. But also from this company, there's accent magnets that they carry, and they're, I don't know, what do you think they are? Maybe 4 or 5 inches in diameter?
Yeah, square there.
And I brought in easels that sit on the countertop, and you can put that magnet on that and have it etched in your house instead of having it outside.
Okay.
Because there's some nice fall signs that are in. There's signs that say, welcome to my house. Come sit on the porch with me. The drinks are cold and the friendship's free.
Sounds nice.
So that would be kind of nice to sit on the easel and sit on your porch.
Yeah. Tell me about the mailbox makeover.
Yes, those are mailbox covers. They have the magnetic strips on them, so they attach to your mailbox really easily.
Okay.
And they're for your standard size mailbox. And we have a good variety of those too. We have a nice farm scene here that has almost everything on it: the dogs, pigs, geese, sheep, horses,
Old
a
pickup.
rooster. Yep, an old pickup, your farmhouse, a windmill. It's a nice scene. And then we have a fun one that has a bunch of big ladybugs on it. It says welcome. And then we have patriotic one that's the American flag.
All right. They just
a couple other ones.
Decorate that mailbox up without getting out the paint.
Right. And then these, they're so easy to put on and take off that you can change them out for the seasons.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
Maybe don't want them out in the winter months or change the scene or whatever.
Right.
Okay. All right.
And then we did get a few plush toys in, the stuffed animals. And I have customers that collect the horses, and I have been trying for over a year to get plush horses in. I finally got them in. I didn't get all of them in that I ordered, but I did get a few in.
Got a few, okay.
So we have a nice selection. We have a little bay horse that lays down, and it's probably a good 12 inches long. It's probably about 6 inches high. He's really cute. They're also soft. And then we have a little one that stands up. I would say he's probably a Palomino, 4 white socks. He has a little star on his face. And then we just have a fun one that's gray, and it has black hooves, but they're called foilkins. So it has like little splashes of silver on it, kind of stars. It looks like foil.
Yeah, very, I don't know, unique.
It is unique. And then also these are eco-friendly plush, where they're made from 100% recycled materials.
Okay. I had somebody say this the other day, and I think it's true. When you have little ones, they really can't have too many soft, fuzzy toys, right?
No, they can't. They love to fill their beds with them.
Yes.
Take them along with them wherever they go. And,
yeah. So there's some here for you to choose from. More on the way.
Yes. And there's always, I mean, you'll just have, oh, we got the cows in. I forgot to mention the cows. I have a little spot here in the store that just has a lot of, it has your John Deere tractors, barns, implements, and now we have the stuffed cow here from the same company.
Now these are little, well, you have both. You have a little cow and a couple of Jersey bulls here.
There you go, yes. Must be a bull. It has horns.
It's got horns, yeah. And they're very...
Heifers can have horns, too.
Well, that's true.
Ooh, so can cows.
Yeah, cows can. Could be a cow then.
Could be a cow.
Yeah.
But this cow, now he's different. He's a puppet.
Oh.
But he tries to move.
So when Julie moves the mouth,
yes,
it moves.
It moves. A musical puppet.
All right, all right.
That's kind of fun to entertain the babies with that. They really look and wonder what the heck.
All right. And some more over here, and some more of what you described earlier. So you got quite a few, and some games, of course.
Some games, and then we did get in, it's called Bright Ball. You create the bouncing light. So it has 225 glow-in-the-dark caps that you put into this bouncing ball, so you can create your own colors, your own scheme, glows in the dark, bounces and flashes lights. So it's kind
of fun.
Kind of fun, interesting. I do have customers that love these coloring sets that we have, and I will be placing orders for more. But this one is Unicorn and Friends, and this one's Outer Space, and it's just a little kit. It's like a box, a sturdy box that has a magnet on the side. Then you can open it up. You have two sides of the box when you open it, and it has the different markers in here, fluorescent ones, and different scenes that you can color. And I believe those are stickers.
Those look fun for adults.
Yes, why not?
Yeah, a little therapy, yeah.
We have some little items that are kind of like Shrinky Dinks. Used to be, they're called Shrinkies, sweet treats. So they're a plastic, and it comes with your colored pencils. You color the plastic, you put it in the oven and shrink it down, and then you can put them on. I mean, they have little punch holes on them, so you can have them on a key ring or tie them onto your book bag. Those are fun.
All right. Do you have any cards? Like playing cards? Like
Oh, playing cards.
Yeah.
What about these? Because I was about to say, Dave, we talked about cards in the... No.
Sorry, I should have described it better. Playing cards.
Playing cards. We have a jumbo deck.
Wow.
I would say, do you think that's 12 by maybe, well, right here.
8
by 11 inches. Includes 52 cards plus the 2 jokers. Now, it would be fun to play cards, but they're building the
they're building a house with cards. Yeah.
Yes, that would be a fun game to
with
play
the big
with
ones.
this.
That would be perfect.
Wouldn't
Jumbo
it?
playing cards.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Have to come in and take a look
Also,
at that and get a deck.
Cribbage games available here as well. Very, I guess, traditional game, but long-standing
Yes.
game.
Right. The cribbage, the dominoes.
Solid wood too, by the way, folks, not plastic.
Yes.
Oh.
And then I wanted to talk about these cloths right
Okay.
here. They're called More Joy, and they're eco-friendly, washable, reusable, durable. They're really nice. The sales rep talked to me for quite a while before she had me talked into purchasing these for the store, and now they're just selling like hotcakes. They really work nice. And another cloth that comes with this, or that we get from this company, is called Ease Shine, and I love it. All you do is get it wet, wipe down your mirrors or your windows, You don't have to dry them. It does not leave lint. You do not have to use any kind of cleaner with that, any kind of glass cleaner. It's amazing.
Any streaks?
No streaks.
No streaks.
Streak-free, spot-free, lint-free.
And boy, they're not all that expensive either.
No, not at all. And they're reusable. You use them over and over and over, and you can wash them in your washing machine. So use only water when cleaning. Simply wet the cloth, wring it out, and wipe. No need to dry your glass or mirror, as they will dry streak-free. Machine or hand wash with detergent and air dry only.
Well, there's been products out like this, but not for $5.99.
Right.
I mean,
the
come on.
majority of them are over $20.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So
And-
right here in Varney's, you can get the Ease Shine for $5.99.
Yes.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, you know what else I need to mention? It just dawned on me. We've been having people come in and get the Loran flavorings. And people are making mints and candies. And
Making their own candy?
Yes.
Okay.
And those good cream cheese mints, those are delicious.
Oh, here they are. Okay.
And yes, here they are. We have a good variety of flavors. Bavarian cream, butterscotch, cinnamon, peppermint, spearmint, wintergreen. There's watermelon, raspberry, tutti frutti. That's probably the spearmint. So anyway,
So you can use those to make your own candy.
yes,
Okay.
baking, frostings, fudge, hard candy, and more.
Okay. Now, before we run out of time, I did want to ask you, since we were talking about off the air about temperature and summer and so forth, we still have a lot of summer left, even though school's going to start. We'll go camping and fishing and doing all sorts of things all the way through, you can do it all the way through October sometimes.
Yes.
But we will still run into bugs and sunburns and that sort of thing. Are you guys set up to help there?
We are for the bug bites, and that we have. Well, this has always been a good one. For chiggers, we have the Chigger Red, and for bites, we have a pin that's called After Bite. Also, a lot of people like using the Benadryl spray, the gel. There's also a handy little stick, like a stick pin that you can carry with you, and that helps with the bites. Of course, hydrocortisone can always help take the itch out.
Yep.
And then we should have, we still have a good selection of sunscreen. And like you said, Dave, I mean, that's something that you use all year round. You can be sunburned from the snow.
You can, very, very much so. Or if you're a person who likes to go out in the winter days, the reflection off the snow is, it can burn you pretty good. So
Yes.
year-round need here for this.
Yes, and we have the good, it's a copper tone lip, like a lip balm that protects your lips from the sun too, and it's a 50. And it has aloe and vitamin E in it, so that's a really nice product to have. We have the copper tone. We carry CeraVe, Neutrogena. And then for your aftercare, we have a brand called Banana Boat. There's a moisturizing after sun lotion and the aloe vera that helps with burns.
Mm-hmm. And if I'm understanding this correctly, some designed just for babies?
Yes.
So
yes.
that's important, yeah.
Yes. As you know, their skin's tender and more sensitive, so that we have the Neutrogena that's pure and free for the babies.
Okay, all right. Did we get through the list?
Yes, we did.
Oh, good, good. Plus a little bit more. And before we close, let's talk a little bit about the vitamins, because I know if you see a doctor and I know for even go see a dermatologist, they're going to say you need more vitamin whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And you want to, and a doctor might tell you you're a little bit low on this, you need to take some vitamins. You want to get the quality vitamins when you take that recommendation. You want to get actual good vitamins.
Yes, and we have a very good wide assortment of vitamins and different brands of vitamins, different prices. And if you have any questions about any of the vitamins or minerals, the pharmacists here are always, they'll always answer any questions about whether your body can just rid it of a certain vitamin that you're thinking about getting if you have too much of it, or if it's dangerous to take too much.
Mm-hmm.
So
and what other meds you're taking.
Correct.
Of course. So.
And then if you are looking for a specific one that you don't see on our shelf, ask us if we can order it. And a lot of times we can.
Okay.
And we can get it the next day.
All right. Julie, thanks so much.
Thank you, Dave.
It's good to see you.
Do you think you're going to get to ride in a cool car?
I think not this year. A few years ago, I got a ride at 160 some miles an hour on the shootout. That was a thrill. That's good enough for me.
Yeah, I would say so.
We're looking forward to covering that. Thanks for asking, and thanks for what you do here at Barney Health Mart. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Dave.
We'll send it back to the studio.
All right, Dave, thank you very much. The time is 9:05.
You are listening to the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Go, go, go! On KCNI, KBBN, Broken Bow, Nebraska.
CBS News Special Report. Wall Street's taking off after new numbers on consumer prices. The Dow is up 452 points in early trading after a new report that shows inflation eased last month. It was up a lower than expected 8.5% over the year before. CBS's Sarah Ewald-Weiss on what cost more and what cost less.
Americans saw some relief at the pump with gas prices down 7.7% in July. But the cost of food continues to rise. Grocery prices are up more than 13% from a year ago, their fastest pace in more than 43 years.
More on the CPI from CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
When we pull out gas and all energy as well as food, the rest of the inflation picture is still simmering. So we really have to pay attention to that, specifically shelter, which continues to be a big driver of inflation.
CBS News Special Report. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Isaac Lowenkron.
In college football, Wake Forest announced this morning that starting quarterback Sam Hartman will be out indefinitely due to a non-football related medical condition. Hartman threw for over 4,000 yards last season and accounted for 50 total touchdowns. In the NFL, Jacksonville Jaguars head coach Doug Peterson said this morning that the starters, including quarterback Trevor Lawrence, will play in Friday's preseason opener against Cleveland. Sports Business Journal reports that the NFL will schedule a game on the day after Thanksgiving, a.k.a. Black Friday, in 2023 that will be streamed on Amazon. In Major League Baseball Tuesday night, the Los Angeles Dodgers defeated the Minnesota Twins 10-3. The Dodgers on a 9-game winning streak. Manny Machado, the game-winning 3-run home run in the bottom of the ninth inning for the Padres, who defeated the Giants 7-4, and the Mariners defeated the Yankees in 13 innings, 1-0.
Here's your weatherology forecast. For today, look for a good deal of sunshine with highs working up into the middle 90s. We'll have our winds out of the southwest at 5 to 10. Then for tonight, partly cloudy, a slight chance for an isolated shower or storm in the evening with lows dropping back into the mid-60s. We'll have breezy south winds at 10 to 15. Thursday, trending even hotter with highs in the upper 90s. From the Weatherology Weather Center, I'm staff meteorologist Michael Caro.
Hi, everybody. This is Roger Sloan with the Lillian Church of Christ. My mission is to, 1, encourage you to grow in your relationship with God, 2, make Jesus Lord, that means boss of your life, and 3, invite you to worship Him as you attend your church on Sunday. Of course, if you're looking for a church home or if you want some help with any of these 3 things, give us a call, 872-2618, where we love to share Jesus.
Currently at our studios, temperature up to 75 degrees now with sunny skies. Earlier this morning, we had an opportunity to catch up with our friend Mark at Tradewinds Marina, and we'll bring that visit to you right after you hear this.
At the Callaway Good Life Center, their hometown facility offers the security and comfort of a small town with the advantages of city living. They offer speech, occupational, and physical therapy for their residents. Visit CallawayGoodLife.com for more information. Thank you for joining us on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show this morning. At this time, we've got Mark with Tradewinds Marina on the phone. Good morning, Mark.
Morning. How we doing?
Doing okay. You know, with the way that the weather has been, at least in our area, to begin the month, you know, things have been kind of dry. How's that been affecting things up your direction, or have you been able to get some precipitation?
No, we've been just as dry. We haven't had, I think, the whole summer we've had less than 3 inches, so it's been pretty dry. What little rain we do get perks everything up nice and green, but it doesn't stay that way very long.
Sure. And I know the last time the guys talked to you, you said despite kind of the dry summer, the water level has still been pretty acceptable. Is it still that way?
Yeah, it's dropping, of course, this time of year, but the boat ramps are still all open. We're probably losing 6-8 inches of water level a day at this point, just because the lake's not so spread out now. It's kind of to the point where it starts getting deep,
Sure.
But I bet you can still get boats in and come to the marina and dock up and come in and get a burger or whatever. So
great. And speaking of getting boats in the water, as we approach mid-August, what kind of events do you still have around the corner? I know there's some events that maybe are full or kind of private events for tours and things like that, but are there still events that people can sign up for?
Yeah, we have the paddle poker run that's happening this Saturday at 3 o'clock for it's a benefit run to try and help raise money and make everybody aware of one of the projects going on in Loop City, where we're opening up the Sherman County Sprouts and trying to get a daycare going.
Oh, great. That's awesome. Well, if there's something I know about a lot of the communities in the area, there's a need for a daycare. So I think that sounds like a great event.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We've actually got a building purchased and nonprofit organized for this daycare. So we're just trying to raise some money for building renovations and things like that. So
great.
This will be a good starter and good awareness deal. So.
Well, and then just in general, if people don't want to come out for a specific event, I know that you guys are always ready for them to come out, whether they just want to spend a day or if they want to stay. Just kind of go over some of the different options if people aren't familiar with what you have at Tradewinds and at Sherman, what their different lodging options are.
Well, we have rental cabins that sleep 4. They have their own kitchenette and bathroom and shower, and then we also have RV sites that we rent out as well. So if you have an RV, you can come and bring that and stay, or you can rent one of our cabins. And then, of course, you have your primitive camping over on the state side as well, if you're more into that. While you're here, you can stop into the marina, and we have bait and tackle. We have gas on the water, so you don't have to load your boat back up to get fuel. And then we've got our grill that is pretty damn good food coming out of there right now. So
awesome. And what are your hours on the grill currently?
Right now, our grill hours are 6 to 7. And after this week, we're only going to be open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, that was going to be my next question. When your hours change.
Yep, and other than that, the store and the gas pumps and place to get bait and everything, we're open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. But of course, this weekend will be open 7 to 8. All the way through Sunday.
Okay. Well, sounds like.
Does that make sense, or did I just confuse
Nope, that made sense. It just kind of sounds like this weekend is kind of one of those key weekends when it comes to the switch up of the schedule, and it kind of seems that way across the board. Kind of seems like when we transition, it seems like school kind of has an angle on everything. Kind of seems like when the kids are getting ready to go back to school, that's when all the adjustments are made. So, and that kind of is coming on here pretty soon here in August.
Well, and that's a big thing for us is because, majority of our help are high school kids, and some college kids. Well, the college kids headed back to college, and the high school kids are starting 2-a-days. So our hate to use the pun, but we kind of got a little bit of a labor shortage towards the end of the year every year. So.
Sure. Well, it sounds like it's been a great summer for you, despite it being kind of dry. Lots of great events, and I know a lot of people have gone in and enjoyed the food, and there's still time to go and do that this summer, or as you transition into your other hours. Is there anything that we didn't talk about today, Mark, that you wanted to make sure to mention to folks today on the show?
We're planning on staying open through Labor Day. And then after Labor Day, we're still discussing whether we're going to be open until October or not.
Okay.
Lots dependent on lake levels and what we can line up for some extra help and stuff. So.
Sure. Okay. Well, I guess it all starts with crossing our fingers for some precipitation, right?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Well, it sounds like it's been a great year, Mark, and we appreciate you talking to us again. We look forward to catching up with you next time.
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm gonna try and get a couple yahoos out of my boat next spring. We always talk about it, but it never seems to come to fruition. So
there you go.
We'll get them. We'll get them out next spring, and if nothing else, maybe they'll come for our Servicemen at Heartland event and get in a boat with somebody and come out and enjoy the lake with us.
That would be fun. I would love to. I don't know if Brent's a big fisherman. I know Dave is big into fishing. You don't have to convince him too hard, but I think it'd be fun to see Brent try throwing the reel out there a couple of times.
Well, we could always hang his feet over the edge and use him for stink bait and catfish.
There you go. Sounds good. Oh, Mark, have a great rest of your week, and it was great talking to you.
All right, you too, sir.
All right, that was Mark with Tradewinds Marina at Sherman Reservoir.
Brent, Dave, and Jeremy in the studio. I was going to go straight to break, but after the comment that was made at the end of that interview, I don't know. What? Use me as stink bait?
Yeah, attract the fish.
Wow. That's getting down on you there.
I'll wear my shirt from a couple of days ago when we go out to see Mark, see how Mark likes my shirt. All right, let's see. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to try to get hooked up with Bobby with Dawson County Raceway. They have a big event coming up this weekend. It's Firefighters Appreciation Day at the racetrack, so we'll try to get a hold of Bobby and find out more after this.
If you like horsepower, fast cars, and the beautiful Nebraska Sandhills, then you need to attend or watch the 2022 Sandhills Open Road Challenge. Races the 11th to the 13th. Thursday mornings is the Loop-to-Loop race, taking off from Halsey. Friday, the shootout on the Cozad-Callaway Road. And Saturday, the Sork race itself will have cars screaming out of Arnold. Listen for driver interviews and race coverage on 95.3 and KBVN.com. Or watch live video coverage on the Sandhills Express YouTube or Facebook pages. Sork 2022 is brought to you in part by...
Thank you to our gold sponsors, The Smoke Shack in Broken Bow, Mills Hardware in Arnold, A1 Auto Repair Arnold, Razor's Bar and Grill in Arnold, and Lashley Land and Recreational Brokers.
Ew, Dad, why are toenails so ugly and yellow?
Hey, it's James, and if you're like me and suffer from toenail fungus, please pay close attention. Let's face it, toe fungus is embarrassing. I was afraid to take my socks off and hid my yellow and crumbly toes from everybody. But nail fungus isn't just a cosmetic problem. It can also be dangerous. Even a small spot can spread and get worse. But no matter what I tried, it seemed like my fungus would never go away. Then I discovered Crystal Flush, the new FDA-registered at-home treatment. This unique two-step system flushes out fungus at its source and reverses damaged nails. Finally, me and thousands of others are free from fungus. And you can be too. Call now, and for a limited time, you can try Crystal Flush risk-free for 30 days. Call 800-676-1374. That's 800-676-1374. Eliminate your toe fungus once and for all, guaranteed. Call now, 800-676-1374, or visit crystalflush.com.
Good to have you with us on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show, and at this time we're going to kind of go over to the Dawson County area, talk about the Dawson County Raceway and a big event that they have coming up this weekend, and to tell us about it, our good friend Bobby. Bobby, good morning. How are you today?
Good morning. I am doing great. How are you?
We're doing fantastic here. Well, Bobby, this is kind of your first summer as far as organizing everything at the Dawson County Raceway. How has the season gone for you?
The season's gone great. We had, little problems with rain earlier in the year, but unfortunately now we wish we could have some rain.
Yeah.
But outside of that, everything is going great.
All right, fantastic. I'm looking at a flyer for what's coming up on Sunday, August the 14th. It says it's Firefighters Appreciation Day. Can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yes, we want to make sure that, we give a hearty thanks to the Lexington Fire Department and everything. So we're going to have a pulled pork sandwich, chips, and a drink from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in the track of the parking lot, and for just $5.
Okay. And all of the proceeds, it says here, go to the Lexington Fire Department from that. Is that correct?
Yes, it does.
All right. So the pulled pork sandwich feed will be from 11 until 2, and then later in the day you'll have the racing at the track, correct?
Yes. Gates open at 4 and races will start at 6.
All right. I assume we're kind of coming to that point in the season where the people in the races are really going after it. I'm guessing that maybe there might be some point standing races and everything that are a little bit tight as we kind of come toward the end of the season, huh?
Yes, there are. We got really good point battles going in almost all divisions.
Will all the divisions be running then on Sunday night, Bobby?
Yes, or Sport Compact, Hobby Stock, Stock Car, and Sport Modded Modified. And I believe this is the Stock Car King of the Hill night.
Great. Okay. When are you going to open the gates? I know you've had some nights where they've kind of opened early and you've kind of gotten an earlier start. Are you back to the 4 and 6 for this Sunday?
Yes, we are. Gates open at 4, and we will be green flag racing at 6.
All right. Now, let's see. Do you do promotion of other tracks as well, Bobby?
Yes, we also do US 30 Speedway in Columbus, Nebraska. They're Thursday nights.
All right. And how has the season over there went for you?
Oh, again, after we got past the rain, we've had 8 rainouts here.
Wow.
We have rained out more here in Columbus than we have raced at Dawson.
Man, that's something.
Yeah.
That's tough. Bobby, if I remember correctly, this is Dave, you were excited about the track and the condition it's been put into. I believe, is it your daughter that takes care of that in Lexington?
Yes.
And
yes.
Like you said earlier, it was wet early and now dry. What's the track condition like for this Sunday?
Well, she's had a completely smooth track. Unfortunately, like last week, we had an issue with the watering system, but we got that issue fixed, so it won't be dusty.
Okay.
Well, we should have a great, fabulous racetrack like she always provides us.
All right, super. Good to hear. I know you were excited about that. And, yeah, things happen, weather and mechanics and so forth, but it sounds like it's going to be a good one this Sunday.
Oh, yes. And there's only 2 races left, so.
That was going to be my next question, Bobby. How many more races you have left? 2 besides this one, or 2 including this one left?
2 including this one.
2 including this one. All right. Well, it's going to be a big day. Again, recap what you got going on for the firefighters early in the day on Sunday, if you would.
We got the pulled pork sandwich, chips and a drink for $5 from 11 to 2. And then Napa Auto Parts and Holbein Lawn Service will present the evening's races with gates opening at 4, races starting at 6.
All right. Sounds great. Was there anything else that you wanted to mention to our listeners, Bobby, before we let you go for today?
Just that they should all listen to the great radio station here. I mean, what's better than the morning show?
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks, Bobby.
Well, Bobby, we really have enjoyed kind of getting to know you a little bit, and we appreciate you taking the time to visit with us during the course of the season about what's happening at the Dawson County Raceway, and we hope you have a great day coming up on Sunday.
Thank you so much. We hope to see everybody out there.
All right. Thanks for taking the time.
Thank you.
All right, there you go. Our friend Bobby with the Dawson County Raceway. And we'll continue with more of The Breakfast Show after this.
What is HiBid? HiBid gives you access to thousands of auctions across the U.S. and around the world. Art and antiques, coins and collectibles, computers and electronics, toys and tools. You can find it all at HiBid.com. Even exotic cars, fine jewelry, and real estate. Browse the most popular auctions, search for the exact item you want, or just explore the site. It's easy to use and it's easy to bid. Go to HiBid.com and find what you're looking for today.
If we want to protect the way we live, we must advance the way we work. And if we want to see the big picture, we have to zoom in on the details. Taranis Crop Intelligence is changing the scouting game with full-service, leaf-level data already captured and analyzed on millions of acres, so crop advisors can have the insights from every inch of their customers' fields delivered directly to them, anytime, anywhere. For more information on how you can take scouting off your plate and show your customers more opportunity for success, visit seethebigpicture.ag.
You know it's back to school time when we hear cheers and groans and everything in between. But you'll only be happy when you see the back-to-school savings we have at Beaubouterie. 25% off all in-stock athletic shoes, 20% off socks, and a whopping 50% off summer sandals and flip-flops. We look forward to seeing you at Beaubouterie, east side of the square in Broken Bow.
Whether you compete on the court, at the track, on the field, or in the fields, winning isn't just a goal. It's a mindset, shaped, honed, and defined throughout the season. That's why farmers pushing themselves to be the best plant DeKalb brand corn. Wherever you compete, winning has roots. Perform at your best with DeKalb. Always read and follow grain marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
At Asgrow, farmers love to talk about the soybean bushels we helped them yield. But all we can talk about is the one bushel we didn't. You know, that one buried deep in the genetics we haven't extracted yet. We're going to find that bushel. Some might call our passion for one more bushel, quote, slightly embarrassing, or quote, totally cringy, Dad. They don't understand every bushel matters. We do. That's why Asgrow leads the way. Always read and follow green marketing and all other stewardship practices and pesticide label directions.
926, Brent and Dave with you here in the studio as we continue with more of the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. We've got another great guest joining us by phone now. Matt with Subway is with us. Good morning, Matt. How are you?
Not too bad. How are you guys doing?
We're doing fantastic here. I was talking to you off the air. Sounds like you've been doing good. I know you've been battling through some health things, but you said that you're doing really good, and that was encouraging to hear.
Yes, it is. Yeah, I'm doing a whole lot better than what I was 6 weeks ago.
Well, that's fantastic. We're happy to hear that. I know that things have been busy with Subway. Is there anything kind of new up and coming that we need to know about?
I haven't heard anything new. We still have the Subway series, which is the new hit with Subway. And if you haven't tried one of these new sandwiches, you're missing out.
Yeah, I know that I think we talked about this last time you were on the air with us. I know that I've tried some, and if people aren't familiar with the Subway series, you can now just order straight off the board with a sandwich that is made a certain way, and I think that this whole thing has gone really good for Subway.
Yes, it has. What it is they're pre-built to give you the most satisfying taste that you will ever expect from a sandwich. My go-to now is called the Monster.
Oh, yeah.
Just because we all know that I like meat.
And I'm guessing the Monster has a lot of meat on it, I'm going to guess.
Yes, it does. It has steak and bacon, my two basic food groups.
There you go. Well, that's what I like about the Subway series, because it's kind of broken down into categories. You have sandwiches that are kind of centered around steak and cheese, and then I think you have an Italian section. I want to say a chicken section, but it's kind of broken down that way, and it's...
you almost went... You went 3 for 4. What's the fourth selection?
Turkey?
No, be the clubs.
Oh, the clubs, yeah. Okay. Well, I wasn't too bad. I got 3 of the 4 right,
It's
huh?
really good.
Well, that's good. But, you know, even with the Subway series, this does not replace, though, right, with what Subway has always been about. You can still go in and have the sandwich made specifically your way.
Yes, you can. You can still come in and get your sandwich your way, or you can try one of these new, I don't know what you would call it, but where they've gone through and done taste tests, and this is the best way to eat these sandwiches according to all the little scientists at Subway.
There you go. Oh, you know, are there any openings to be a Subway scientist?
Right. I'd love to be a taste tester. Just sit there and eat food all day.
Oh, man, what a great gig that would be.
Right. I could handle that.
Yes. All right, now you're talking to me, so you know that I'm going to ask you about cookies. Or do we just have the same great ones that have always been on the menu for Subway, or do we have a special one coming soon?
All we have are the chocolate chip, the oatmeal, the macadamia, and the raspberry cheesecake at this time.
Okay, all right. Well, one of the things I was happy, there was a time when the raspberry cheesecake cookie was new. Now it's a staple, and so I'm happy about that. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's one of my go-to cookies. My whole family seems to love those cookies.
Yeah. I'm sure that the catering continues to be strong on occasion for you, is what I'm guessing. You still do the party platters, the party subs. You'll put together box lunches. All of that is full steam ahead, I'm guessing.
Right, yes. Catering is one of our big sellers. We enjoy doing catering. I love making platters because, I don't know, I just try to race myself, see how fast I can get them all done. It's always fun when you have to make like 10 platters, which I know up in Broken Bow, I think next week they actually have an order for 10 platters.
Wow. Great.
Yeah.
Now, it seems to me that you had mentioned in one of our previous conversations that will you do platters with the wraps?
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's good too. So you can do the sandwich platter or a wrap platter. You do cookie platters too, right?
Right. Cookie platters, meat and cheese trays, party subs. I haven't figured out how to do a breakfast platter yet, but one of these days.
Well, if anybody can figure out how to do it, it would be Matt, I think, at Subway. Let's see, anything else you want to mention, Matt? Of course, the app is a big plus for people who load it up on their phone. I mention this all the time, but since I loaded up the app on my phone, it's just amazing how many notifications I get about special deals coming up, a chance to earn extra points when it comes to your rewards. Lots of times I'll see buy one, get one 50% off. There's a lot of perks if you have the app and use it.
Right. Currently, right now on the app, if you buy a foot long, you get another one for 50% off.
Okay.
And then I believe the other thing is get a free cookie when you buy a $15 gift card.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think the gift card is something we maybe don't talk about, but they're always available. I think we probably talk gift cards when we get around the holidays, but they're always available and always make a great gift for any occasion.
Right, and like right now it's back to school time, so like your high school kids that have an open campus, a good thing to get them so you know they're eating right would be to get them a gift card from Subway.
There you go. It's a good point. Anything else, Matt, that you want to touch on? Oh, how about the help situation? Your staffing, you still looking for people to join your team?
We are still hiring. We're soon to be open every day of the week. Hopefully by this next schedule, we'll be open 7 days a week. But yeah, we're hiring. I believe part-time starts at $11 an hour and full-time starts at $12.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. Anything else you want to mention?
Come on in and see Nick and the crew today and enjoy a nice sandwich and maybe go picnic in the park.
It would be a great day to do just that.
Right.
All right, Matt, thank you. We'll talk to you next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Our good friend Matt with Subway joining us on the Get Up and Go Breakfast Show. Brent and Dave here with you in the studios. We kind of wrap some things up. Some things to talk about. It's Wednesday, so that means tomorrow, Dave, is Market on the Square. Vendors are going to be there in full force again around the square in Broken Bow.
They are, and it's going to be a fun time as usual. This has been real successful this summer. And, Christy, you can walk on in here. You don't have to wait. You can come on in here.
Come on in, Christy. Hi. Join us. Yeah.
This is
Hi.
ready for
What?
you.
Oh, okay. Thank you. All
Thank you,
right. You want to
Christy.
join us? We got a few minutes left.
You're wrapping it up.
Oh, we got things to do yet. You're
Hey,
welcome to sit
you're-
down. You can help us
We
with some
always
of our
love
live
visiting
reads.
with you. Let me turn your microphone on first, though.
A little laugh doesn't indicate that she's thrilled to be here.
I know. Just kind of makes you wonder. I'm hurt.
All right, let's talk about Thursday on the square.
Okay. I have a list of the vendors there for
Yeah.
you to read.
Yes?
There are a couple new ones, so Steph was excited. There's a new food vendor even that's going to be there, a food stand. Greek gyros is what they're going to be doing.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So,
And
That's something new.
Yeah.
some jewelry
Yes.
and Cater, Nebraska thing is
Yeah, that's the food stand.
okay.
What's it called? Cater NE thing.
Oh,
Mhm.
I thought Nebraska. Cater NE thing.
Yeah, that's a nice play on
Yeah.
the Nebraska initials.
Yeah.
4W Accessories has also been added
Yeah.
to all the different vendors here.
And at Adeline's Jewelry is Brent Kirkpatrick's daughter has some jewelry that she makes. And
Okay.
So
All right.
in addition to all the kind of most of the regulars will be back, but
There's always a line at the produce.
yeah, and it's gone quickly.
Got to get there early.
Yeah, you might as well
Yeah.
give up if you don't go before noon.
Yeah.
Almost, but
And I think lately there's just been one there, and so it gets hit pretty hard. So
Mhm.
get there
Yeah.
early. Tropical Snow's always there.
Yeah.
Secret Garden.
now I think Kelly had told me Secret Garden's not going to be there this week.
Okay.
But Steph didn't think, we weren't agreeing on that. I think Kelly's last week was last week. She gets ready for the state fair and everything.
Oh,
and
that's right. Yeah.
so I'm not sure she'll be there tomorrow.
The old-fashioned kettle corn.
Yes.
That's been very popular. A Morning Lark, Cane U.S. Beef, just to name a few. And of course, a couple of Mexican food vendors, actually maybe 2 or 3.
There's 3 of them now.
Yeah,
so yeah, try them out.
All right. And then on August 25th, music will be back on the square. The Platinum Pearls.
Yeah.
Must be a 50s sound.
I don't
like.
know.
Kind of sounds like
Yeah,
that, doesn't it?
Yeah. And also, don't forget to plan for the women's stag. Is that right? Stag?
I don't.
Can women have a stag? Steak fry?
Yes,
Yeah.
coming up in September, the men's and women's steak fries. She don't have the tickets yet, she said, but just she would love it if you would call now and pre-order and reserve your tickets. They're ready for you to get them ordered.
I like women's stag. That's what we're going to call it. Women's stag on September 12th. The men's stag or steak fry is on the 19th. And they would like you to call and pre-order tickets.
Yeah.
Okay. Market on the Square tomorrow, August 11th in
All right.
Broken Bow.
Sounds good.
All right. You know anything about, have you ever been to
Mm-hmm.
Camp Kamika?
Yeah. It's not as affiliated with the United Methodist Church that it used to be. It's kind of like more on its own now as far as from that. But when it was, I did an overnight with Haley and a friend, took them to Camp Kamika. Very cool.
I was telling Brent, Joan and I have driven back in there a couple different times, but it feels like when you drive back in there that you're not in Nebraska anymore.
It's just a little secluded little place of, it's really cool.
Pine trees and
Yeah.
canyon and water. It's really neat, and it's been around a while. They're having their 72nd annual Kamika Cookout. That's coming up August 13th. So what would that be on
Saturday.
5:30 to 8, barbecue and music, no cost, and they'll just take a free will donation for the ministry. They'd appreciate that. It's a family gathering, family atmosphere. They'll have inflatable jumps for the kids. You can hike to the cross. The Milk Crate Climb.
So I don't know what that is.
I think Jeremy does.
Yeah.
We were talking about it on Party Line a couple of days ago, and I think Jeremy kind of knows what it is. The word he used was, it's insane, I think, is how he described it.
Check it out or take part. And then, of course, they have live music, as we mentioned, along with that barbecue on Saturday, Kamika Cookout. That's near Cozad, Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Last but not least of our live reads is Prairie Grounds Coffee and Gifts. And, you know, we got free donuts today.
Yeah. Are you gonna buy everybody a nice cup of coffee from Prairie Grounds to go along with that?
Well, Tina Hurt brought in donuts for us.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, specialty coffee wouldn't be too bad, would it?
Would sound good.
Yeah.
I just never know what to order with those specialty. I'm not a big coffee drinker, but they all sound really fun.
Well, even if you aren't a coffee drinker, they're kind of like I don't know, beyond root beer floats. I mean, it's kind of sweet with you know, you can get them with vanilla, and so they're open Monday 7 to noon, Tuesday through Friday 7 to 2, and Saturdays 8 to 1. Check out their Facebook to stay up to date. If they change hours, they'll post that there. Drinks of this month: the Touchdown Latte, probably getting ready for the Big Red and high school football. Strawberry and vanilla in that. Iced Mocha Sunrise, that's mocha with an orange flavor. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
The Frozen Pucker. That means it's going to have some lime and lemonade in it.
All right.
Frozen. Creamsicle is a no-coffee frappe with any flavor you want. And the caramel honey is called the Blondie. The drinks can be ordered iced, blended, or hot. They're just east of the courthouse on Highway 2 in Broken Bow, and you can drive up. They have the drive up. Can go in now and do some shopping, too. Is the patio out back open?
I believe so.
Okay.
I have not heard that it's closed or anything, so I do think that's open. They do like to just, like I said, if they are unexpectedly have to change their hours, just because I think of the labor, too, that they posted on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
So
one of the things, too, is we probably don't talk enough about, they have some very delicious things under the counter there, under the glass display, that's good to eat, too. If you want to go in and eat on the patio or eat inside or stop and pick it up and take it, they have things like quiche and all kinds of different things that are really tasty.
Good.
It's a neat shop, too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I need to read this?
No, that's to play.
Oh, to play. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you handed me the copy. I figured you wanted me to read it. Okay, well, hang on just a minute. Now I've got to load it up.
Well, while you're doing that,
man.
I wanted to ask Christy a question, because we lost Olivia Newton-John over the weekend. Did you watch Grease, the movie?
I love Grease.
I figured you did.
My children grew up watching Grease. We all love it.
Yeah. Well, it was just kind of by coincidence. Someone picked the perfect time to have a Grease item for sale. One of the hot rods from the movie is going up for auction right after the passing of Olivia. She even signed the dashboard years ago after the car was used in the live TV performance of the classic movie. It's a custom 1949 Mercury. Do you kind of remember that? It was called Hell's Chariot.
Okay.
And that was expected to get $750,000, but they expect now that it'll probably bring a lot more than that.
Wow.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
It's a musical, so I'm not so much into it. But they were great together, Travolta and her. And
that was a good cast.
Yeah, a real good cast.
Did you see where she had? I looked it up. It's because I didn't know, but it was breast cancer that she died of. But she had fought it for 30 years.
Yeah.
Was it that long?
That's what it said.
Wow.
Yep, and she was always very positive about it. She was on an interview just recently that we caught, and she was still very positive about it. And she couldn't have been feeling good fighting that for 30 years.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine what her career would have been like if she hadn't been doing that. But she made the most of it. That's what you're supposed to do, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Christy.
You're welcome.
All right, I'm going to play this now.
Thank you.
All right, we'll come back and wrap up the show right after this.
Gary's Superfoods. Great deals are waiting for you on South B Street, Broken Bow. Smithfield all-natural boneless pork sirloin chops, $1.99 a pound. Get pork baby back ribs for $3.99 a pound. USDA choice top sirloin steaks are marked at $5.99 a pound. Have a taco or natto night. Avocados are 5 for $5. Start your day right with Honey Bunches of Oats or Raisin Bran, 2 for $5. Gary's Superfoods, your hometown grocery store in Broken Bow.
All right. Before we wrap it up completely, want to remind you again that there's a power outage going on for the community of Ansley. It was scheduled to start at 9 o'clock this morning. That's for the entire town. They are planning for this to last around 2.5 hours. Again, they were to start at 9 o'clock this morning. Now, that's provided everything goes smoothly, so it could be a little bit longer than that. But they just want to remind everybody in the community of Ansley that there is a power outage going on this morning. Mr. Dave, tomorrow we really get cranking with the Sandhills Open Road Challenge coverage, and you and Larry and others will be there to anchor our coverage at the Loop-to-Loop tomorrow, correct?
That is correct, and I'll actually go over today sometime to Arnold and see if I can catch some of the guys and gals going through the tech check and getting checked in at the community building and get some interviews. And then Emily will get some interviews tomorrow morning as the guys and gals line up for the Loop-to-Loop. And you'll hear those as we have coverage for you the next several days. Last year was the first year I believe we had live video at the shootout. We've had live video at the Open Road Challenge a few years now. Started doing that through News Channel Nebraska, now doing it on our own. So each and every event that we cover will be on the radio and on the live stream. And I know Christy's still here. She talked to a lot of businesses about which or one they wanted to sponsor and or both. And I know that you and Shannon always appreciate the businesses making these things possible, because if they don't do it, we don't do it, right?
That's right. And there was a lot that on our video coverage, of course. We've got promos running with all those that are sponsoring our radio coverage, but the video coverage was very well received too. People are loving that. So lots of good sponsors that always help us out.
Yep. Larry and I will be doing the call both on the radio and on the video tomorrow from Halsey. A thank you in advance to the Halsey School and all the volunteers up there. They have a wonderful breakfast up there, by the way, in the old gym, which is extra tasty when you're sitting in the old gym having pancakes. And then, of course, Friday's the shootout. Most of the crew will be trackside there.
I'm videoing.
You're videoing, yeah.
Shannon and I are the videographers.
Now, you do know that the people who run the video cameras are clear up at the very top of the scaffold.
Well, that's what I'm hearing. I missed it last year, but yeah, I guess I'll be prepared.
Good thing Clay Moore added some more space.
Oh, man, if Clay's in charge, who knows? It might be like a mansion that we're climbing into, knowing Clay.
Yeah, it could be a swimming pool in it, like was talked about yesterday. But they've went all out on this, and Great Plains Communications has made fiber connection available there. It's not, over the years, it's been a struggle at the shootout. We barely had a cell signal at all from any company, and now we have high-speed internet. It's amazing. So that's really made things great. And then, of course, the shootout at the start line at the water tower on Saturday. Tomorrow, you and Jeremy will be doing the radio and the audio for the stream, correct? Or, excuse me, on Friday.
On Friday, yeah.
Larry and I will be tomorrow. And then on Saturday, it'll be you and Jeremy again for the start. And I'll be at the turnaround. We'll be doing just radio only on the turnaround, but video for the start.
There you go.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fast and furious, as the saying goes.
And it looks like the weather's going to make every day real nice for the event.
If we can have safe runs and not too many mechanical problems, we can beat the heat.
There you
go. We can
go.
get it done before it gets too hot in the afternoons. But it's racing. It's driving cars fast, so anything can happen.
Yeah. All right. I think we did everything, right? Is there anything else we need to mention before we go?
No.
Are we good?
I think we've got it. Christy, anything?
Christy, are we good?
I think you're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Are you getting that chair figured out so you can actually be assertive and make decisions now? You can be the Dave.
Oh, yeah. I guess I can. Well, I guess we better play Bon Jovi before we go then.
Let's go.
Oh, boy.
The only thing I don't like about it is I don't feel like I can adjust the chair. And it
your
really
feet do
stinks
kind of dangle.
yes, they do. They don't even touch the floor, and it's like I have to use my tippy toes to swing the chair back and forth.
I don't even know
That's
if that
really
chair
uncomfortable.
adjusts. Does it adjust up and down?
I think it does. Yeah, over here it does.
Oh, I didn't
believe.
know that.
But I don't want to mess it up because then when you come in, then it won't be to where you like it, and I don't want to mess that up.
I won't be here tomorrow, so you'll have an extra day.
I have your permission then to adjust the seat?
You can always raise it up after you get done.
Think so? Let's see if I can get it to go down. Whoa! Whoa, that's went down a little bit too far. Yeah, now I can't. Now I can't see anything.
Can you
Yikes.
see? Can you see over the microphone?
Yeah, fair. I can't even see over the board now. Oh my goodness. Well, I think it's time to go. Look at my hands. It's like I've got to reach up now to touch the computers. It just sometimes being short just stinks.
It's tough being little.
It is. Bye, everybody.
Small, tiny.